Rocky.
Hey, Big Al, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Rocky. Can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Good. All right. Let me open the show and let's get to this. All right.
Cool.
All right. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. That's right. I'm host Big Al. I take that original local and national music. I shove it in your face every way I can. You need to hear it. There's a lot of great music around the world, all genres, all age groups. You need to hear it. You need to go see it and check it out. And listen, use my three favorite words: support, support, support. Support these artists. Go to the shows. Pay their cover if there is one. Get right to that swag table. Get the album, the CD, the t-shirts, the hoodies, the coffee mug, the keychains, the bumper stickers. Oh my, there is so much. Get out on the floor. Get up to the band. Enjoy your night. And after the show, go up and introduce yourself. Get an autograph if you want, because you never know what happens with these artists. And these artists love doing what they're doing to put a smile on your face. In return, you're putting a smile on their face. So it's a great thing all the way around. I love it. So please do me a favor. Check out the past shows, the future shows, and we are just taking right off. We are booked, and I feel so blessed and honored to be able to bring you the story and also the music of these great artists that are on the podcast. Great show today. Can't wait to get to the artists. So why stall? Let's do this. In the house today, all the way from California, is our multi-award-winning singer-songwriter, Rocky Michaels. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, man, Big Al, I am doing great. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Pleasure is mine, my friend. Are you having a good day out there?
Absolutely. A little bit of a heat wave the past few days, but all things considered, we'll take it. Got blue skies, so,
Nice.
focus on the
Exactly.
positives.
Okay. You in Southern California or more in the northern? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm actually in Northern California. It's the San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh,
People don't always realize how long of a state it is. It may take me 6 or 7 hours to drive down to LA.
it's huge. I lived in LA for a couple of years now. Yes, what a mess.
Yeah, yeah, you can do without the
Especially,
traffic, I'm sure.
well, you try to go somewhere that's 20 minutes away and it takes you 2 hours. It kind of gets on your nerves. Just a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah.
I think it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, I think it has. Oh my goodness. So we got a lot to talk about, my friend. Do we sure do. So, let's tell everybody podcast land. Rocky Michael Shears, country folk artist, beautiful musician, beautiful artist. You need to check out his music. And we're going to get to that in just a little bit. But Rocky, we have been busy. You've been very busy.
Yeah, I'm trying to, living the dream, as they say. I'm every couple of months I'm throwing out a new song and kind of have a pipeline of songs.
Great.
And out here in the Bay Area, I've been lucky to perform out as a solo performer. There's so many wineries out here. From
Oh,
Napa to Livermore, and it's a great compatible venue for me to play out. So been doing that throughout the summer, and just enjoying and trying to enjoy the journey. It's cliche, but and just enjoying being able to share music.
well, that's good. It's fun and you're doing it your way and having a good time. Yes, definitely. So before we get to what I want to get to, I need to crawl inside your head. Can I do that?
Oh man. Okay. Well, there's probably plenty of space in there.
Let me get in that ear, get up there, find out where I can sit. Hey, here's a good spot. All right, Rocky. We're going back. We got to go way back because what is it, age 4 or 5 years old? Started piano?
Yeah, growing up, my parents had a piano in the house, and back then we didn't have the internet, so it's like, all right, play
What was
play
that?
piano or go play outside or go to the park or throw the ball
Right.
around. So Um, at the time, I didn't appreciate it that much, but looking back, I'm glad that I'm using air quotes, they forced me to take piano lessons, and it was just kind of foundational. We just had it in the house, and every now and then I'd go back to it, and
Okay.
it's yeah. So I started with piano, and that's always been kind of up until maybe a decade ago, when I started to learn guitar, it had always been piano for me.
Really? So it's just been piano, guitar, no other instruments?
Well, Okay,
Come
in
on.
middle school I did take drums for one semester, but I had a traumatic experience. We were in the gymnasium, and I had my one stupid snare drum, and as the principal was talking, it was silent, and my drum slowly in slow motion started to fall over, and I couldn't catch it in time. It made the loudest, bang, and all 200 parents like turned their head and looked at me at the same time. So that was my short-lived drum career.
That's beautiful. And that's going to add to a question I'm going to ask you later. So hold on to that one. I love that. Okay. So, all right, you're a teenager now. We're 16 years old. We're getting rowdy, having fun. What are you listening to music wise?
Wow. I'm not sure if my dates are right, but just growing up, I loved I listened to the Eagles and Mellencamp and of course Rolling Stones, and I think the first actual album I got for the turntable was Boston,
Oh,
More Than a
nice.
Feeling and Peace of
Oh,
Mind. So
you,
um
you trying to hit the high notes on that album?
yeah, no, I couldn't
Come
quite
on.
do it like them. And that was even prepubescent. I still couldn't hit those high notes.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Um,
So anybody else?
yeah, but I also, as a piano guy back then, I mean, I suppose I had really admired Billy Joel, just
There.
saw the piano rolls that he was doing, and I didn't I didn't realize how much of it, but even like now when I'm playing that and I'll play cover songs, I went back
Mhm.
just for fun to see how many songs of each artist, and it turns out the most covered artist that I play cover songs to happens to be Simon and Garfunkel, which I thought was very cool.
That is
Um,
cool. That is
they've
real cool.
got yeah, I guess I've always had an admiration for great lyricists and great storytelling, and so them and James Taylor and kind of the
Mm.
singer-songwriter vibe.
Yeah, I was just going to mention James Taylor. You remind me a lot of James. Yes, uh,
Oh man, yeah, the guy's
definitely.
just got a velvety voice. So I
Oh,
I mean,
phenomenal. Oh,
yeah,
I
thank
still have his
thank you for
album.
saying that.
Oh, definitely, my friend. So when you got to 18, 20, working age, did you put music aside or did you just still have it on the side and kind of worked your way up to where you are now?
Yeah, I always had an appreciation for music. I never really thought about being in a band or performing out in college or shortly after college. I started a band. We played around the San Francisco Bay Area. I was the piano guy, and I was hanging around all these cool guitar guys, and I always
Oh,
thought, oh man, the guitar guys are so much more cool. So, just by osmosis, I started learning guitar, and that was we were playing covers, but we started introducing original songs, and that really just opened the door for me. And ever since then, um, it's almost therapeutic, just kind of writing songs, and you don't know if anyone's going to appreciate it or not, but uh, so that was sort of the start, and I've really been continuing to write songs ever since. And a
okay.
couple years ago, I had all these songs that are sitting on the shelf collecting dust, in my printout, and I thought, you know what, let me just put it out there. Just if for nothing else, if I get hit by the truck tomorrow, at least my kids and my family will have dad's goofy pearls of wisdom that he's trying to share with the world. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
great. So how long has it been that you've been solo?
Um, I guess officially in 2019, which is only like 4 or 5 years ago, I
Yeah, no.
released my first single out there, and to actually in August I will have my 32nd single. So
Wow.
I've been kind of sort of a pipeline the past couple of years, and
Yeah,
it's
incredible.
just been fun. Yeah, good
Well,
process.
well, good. Now, do, I know solo, I've booked solo, a lot of solo artists before, and it's a lot easier. Your own boss. Would you like to have a band again?
I would, yeah. I'm not opposed to it. I think just you know, it'd be hard to find the right pieces, and but I'm certainly open to it. I love the idea of collaborating. For better,
There
for
you go.
worse, you know, I've been just
Hey, hey, stranger.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Technical difficulty. Must be
Oh
windy out there.
man. I don't know. I
Huh?
don't know. I was just rambling on like an idiot, and I had no idea.
I
Sorry, I don't
kind
know
of
what
figured so.
happened.
It was taking a while. Something. Yeah, he's still talking to himself. So we're good. Just a little technical difficulty. But you were talking about not opposing to have a band and trying that again. I like that.
Yeah, I was thinking,
Yeah.
wow, Big Al's a great listener. He's not interrupting me at all, and I'm like, just like, I'm just,
Yeah, I'll let you
um,
ramble. That's your show.
jeez.
That's great, my friend. All right, well, let's talk. 32 singles you've got out. 32.
31, yeah, 32nd one will be in August.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Now, how many albums?
What I try to do is after I get 10 songs, I'll package it as an album. So I've got 3 10-song albums, and I'm on the start of my 4th. And
Beautiful, brother.
yeah, it just, you know, 10's a nice even number, and
Yeah,
I was
I
never good
like
at math, so 10's a good number to
keep it right.
focus on.
There you go. Good deal. Before we get any farther, Rocky, tell everybody in podcast land where they can find your music, what you're about, where you might be playing at, and getting merch and all that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much. You can always start at my website, and that's rockymichaelsmusic.com. And from there, I've got links to all my socials. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Threads, YouTube. Um, also, most of my songs have videos, so you can always go to YouTube, and
There you-
you know, if you're not on Spotify or not on iTunes, you can just listen to the songs for free, basically on YouTube. Um,
Great.
and from there, I've got a link to performances, you know, pretty much around the
Okay.
greater Bay Area region.
Good deal. Good deal, my friend. Now, I'm looking around at the pages of stuff and I'm looking at numbers and I like what I see. You got quite a few fans out there that love what you're doing, my friend. What do you think of that?
You know, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's again, I'm gonna sound like it's a cliche, but I'm being sincere. You know, I think when you write songs and put songs out there, you kind of have to be willing to be a little vulnerable because not everybody's going to get it. But when people connect, you know, either with a song or a theme or a message, or if I'm out playing and they're nodding their heads, and sometimes they'll come up to me,
Right.
yeah, I totally, I get it. I mean, that's like the best form of currency. I mean,
It is.
you know, it's just trying to move people, and you know, whether it's for nostalgia or sorrow or joy or whatever. I mean, man, that's when we're most alive. So if I can make
Yeah.
those connections, that's the greatest gift in the world.
It's great when you can make their heart glow and make them smile. It is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
great.
absolutely.
And they can relate to what you're talking, singing about. You know, you're a storyteller. It's beautiful. So
Y-
now I was watching your videos and stuff, and I love each and every one of them. Who's producing, directing, and editing this?
Yeah. So little secret here. It is amazing. It is amazing what one can do with a smartphone camera and a tripod. For the most part, most of it I'm doing myself, and just
Really?
have some editing software, and you know, you can zoom in and out and pan left and right. And my recent song, or 2 songs ago, was called Seasons, and
Hmm.
I tried to capture all 4 seasons in the song. So Out here it's a pretty diverse region. On one week I did it all in one weekend. On a Saturday morning, I got up early. I drove to Lake Tahoe, which is about 3 hours
Went to the
away,
mountains.
for about 30 minutes of snow. That was my winter
Yep.
shot. And then the next morning, I drove to Half Moon Bay, which was my summer shot. And then
Nice.
I filled in the rest around town with the falling leaves, and I put it all together. But yeah, I didn't want to burden anyone else or my wife to drag her along for hours of crazy driving all weekend long. So I just kind of did it myself.
Oh, I remember the days of editing the TV show. I had to do it, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So, but don't do that no more. So, anyways, now the songs. What studio are you using? Who's producing these songs?
Yeah, so that's another thing. I've been fortunate to connect up with a couple of Nashville producers, but
Sweet.
a sign of the time with technology, I've never met them in person. And
You don't have
so,
to now.
oh, I know it's so much easier, or it's different, and so many more tools available for the independent musician. But I'll have a song, I'll send them a scratch demo of me on the guitar or me on the piano and sing, and I'll chat. Okay, I want the ending to fade out. I want the dynamics here and this and that. They, I basically I'm just outsourcing for the most part the session musicians, although I'll still do the piano parts myself.
Oh,
They'll send
okay.
it back to me, and I'll lay my own vocals, I'll lay my own harmonies, and we just ping pong back and forth via audio files. And yeah, it's I mean, I've been to Nashville a few times, and I'd love to meet them, but I haven't yet.
Okay.
Um, but it's been a really great process, and you know, um, I'm able to really retain as much of my vision, um, for better or for worse. So
Right. Yeah.
it's been a great process.
Well, good, my friend. Good. Now, are you playing out a lot every weekend?
Not every weekend. It depends. It ebbs and flows. This summertime, um, I've been trying to get into festivals, but you really got to start like in the fall, the year
Yeah.
beforehand. I guess they fill out so quickly.
Yeah, they do.
But again, wineries out here are a great venue, and I've played at dive bars too and hotels. A
We
lot
have to pay
different
our dues.
audience.
We
Yeah.
have, yeah, pay our
But so it's hit or miss. I got a couple coming up the next few weeks and months, and again, it's all on my performance tab or link
okay.
on my website.
So most of the shows you do are more for smaller venues.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, I love that. When it's a small venue, you can really get intimate, and I like to share them with them.
Hmm.
Here's the meaning behind this song. This is what my inspiration was, and just kind of have that personal connection.
Well, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Well, that's great. Now, when is Rocky Michaels getting out of California and touring around? Come
uh,
on.
I'm open to it.
Yeah.
It depends. I fortunately I have that flexibility.
Okay.
So never say
Hmm.
never. I'm kind of whatever, laying the groundwork and playing out around here, and we'll see where my path takes me. But I'm certainly not opposed to that.
Good. Well, you coming to Michigan, you'll have places to play and maybe others. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
We'll see what
All
happens.
right.
Yes, my friend. Oh, yes. Once you become a part of the No Cover TV family, I will look out for you. Yeah.
Awesome.
So let's get to some good stuff here. Oh boy, where do I jump to? Go there. We could go here. Alan, just pick one of these. All right, let's do this. You're with some wonderful people, and that would be Big Records.
Yes, I connected up with them just last year, last November, so it's only been 6 or 7 months. I mean, everyone associated with Big Records is so kind, is it's like a family,
It is.
and I kind of fell into that, and it's just been great. And um, I think I was at, in fact, you might have been there too. The ISSA's had an award show in Atlanta. They have
Yeah.
every year,
Hmm.
and so I went there last August, and I'm going there again. But it's I follow all of these other artists and everyone online throughout the year,
Right.
but to see them in person
Oh,
is great, you know, and
amazing.
I'll see, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how tall Mark Rosner is, and you know, you see him on your phone, he doesn't look that big, so
3 inches.
yeah, but it's been great. They're great supporters.
Well, it's good to have a good team behind you and support you and doing that. And good people, good people. And you mentioned the ISSA, and you won in 2023, didn't you? Best video.
Yeah, I got the bronze for video of the year, and that was another one that that particular song was one that I sort of wrote about my wife, just kind of an easygoing little
No, there you go.
little vibe. But that was up a beach north of Half Moon Bay. I love the ocean, and
Oh, yeah.
um, we shot that, and yeah, I mean, it was great just being there, and then when I went up on stage, you know, they played the video, so I'm walking up on stage, and I see, like, my head that's, like, 50 feet tall,
There
and it's
you
like,
go.
that is just crazy, but, it was a great
And that's great.
experience.
I'm hoping to make it this year. We'll see what happens. I'm so busy,
I
but
hope you do.
yeah, I would love to meet everybody. I really would. I really would. Well, I can't ask this question, but did you vote for me? Don't say. Don't say.
Hey, man, I will next year. You know what? I'm making a note. Absolutely. There's so many names out there. It's hard to keep
There is.
track of everyone.
So many great
But
artists, you know. I just threw my name in the pile, see what happens. So, anyways, let's go on here, my friend. Now, look here what it says. Male Artist of the Year for the Josie Awards. Now, that's a nice award to get.
yeah, I mean, what I like about that is that it's all judges nomination. It's not, you know, you don't just write in your own vote. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
All right.
um, it was an opportunity. I went last year, and it was my first opportunity to visit and attend the Grand Ole Opry, which was kind of a bucket list item for me. And I'm going again this October. And
Beautiful.
yeah, you know, why not? It's
Yeah.
if you have the opportunity to go out and meet other artists and artist personnel or industry personnel, it's a great opportunity to network.
It's a great opportunity. It sure is. It sure is, my friend. Now, I want to jump over here to things that mean quite a bit to me and my heart. And to yours, it looks like. You support these societies, the ASPCA, the Humane Society, and American Cancer Foundation.
Yeah, I do. First of all, I mean, like so many others, you know, cancer has sort of infiltrated my inner circle, and you know, we're all
Hmm.
fine. We're all fine. My wife had cancer last year, and she's doing great.
Great.
Um, and it's as far as you know, the animals. I've always been an animal lover. I've had dogs all my
Yes,
life. We have a
me
golden
too.
retriever who likes to photo and video bomb some of my videos, our golden retriever.
That's beautiful.
Um, and even where we live, you know, we live in an area where there are deer and rabbits, and they'll literally come down onto our grass, and it's just you know, I keep telling our kids, you know, they were here before we were, so we kind of have to
Yep.
kind of have to
Yeah,
respect. So
their
that's always
character.
been important to me.
Well, good. That's a important thing to me because back in the day, I used to work for the Humane Society, and you know, I have dogs and big yard and lots of rabbit and deer and all that, and of course, the dogs like to chase them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
it is. It is good to see. It's funny. So good. I thank you for supporting this. Thank you. Benefits, fundraisers, all this good stuff to help people and animals. I support that 100%. Good deal.
Awesome. Yeah,
It
thank you
is.
for sharing that.
Yes, no problem. Now let's get to some fun questions. Okay, let's have some fun with you. Mm-hmm.
All right. Fire away.
All right. Two answers on this one. Two people I want to know. one alive, one passed away. Who would you really want to grace the stage with and perform with?
One alive, one passed away. Wow. Um,
Mhm.
um, one alive. I gotta think about this. So, um, I have so many artists that have left so many impressions of me. Not
Yeah.
so much maybe for his vocal chops, but just his whole persona. Um, Tim McGraw is a stud, and
Oh,
the way he just his whole vibe is just so cool. And I just
mm,
if I can be on stage, maybe some of his coolness can rub off on me. And
that'd be great.
um, as far as performance. Um, Listening to some of the old guys from the 70s and 80s and 90s. I mean, first one that comes to mind is actually I do a couple of cover songs from Jim Croce,
Jim
old
Croce.
songs,
Oh, great
and
artist.
just I don't know. I mean, this off the top of my head, I was ready to say, like Albert Einstein, but I don't think he sings.
Yeah, I don't think he
So,
sings either, but that might be interesting. Good deal.
uh,
All right. Next question here. You get two answers on this one. But you're going to
uh,
travel around the world and tell me what two stages you would love to perform on.
Man. Well,
Mm,
I have bucket list destinations. I don't know if they have many stages or many even people, but
you're
I've
right.
always loved to I'd love to visit Iceland, but there's like there's like 12 people who live in that country, so I think it's
Good turn.
not wow, stage. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think. Just any opportunity to perform out and play. I don't I mean, I suppose having been at the Grand Ole Opry and,
Oh, that would be nice.
they have that special circle of what do they call it? That historic circle on the stage. Um,
Mm,
um, I'm drawing a blank, but it's
me
got
too.
such history to it. That just to be able to have my feet on that stage would be amazing with all the rich history. Um, any stage, I'm kind of giving a cop out answer. It doesn't really matter where, as long as people, there's an opportunity to share my music and make those connections. So I'd go
Good.
anywhere.
Nice. Nice. All right, my friend. Good. All right, let's get to this question. And you kind of hit on it earlier, and I told you we'd come back to this. When you are playing and performing, and in the smaller venues, let's say people are closer to you, they starts moving. Maybe they're dancing. I don't know. But maybe what's possible is they're singing your songs to you, and you're seeing this, Rocky. It's got to hit you in your heart real hard. How's it make it feel, brother?
Yeah, that's the best thing. I mean, still, I don't think there's enough. People don't know my own songs enough to be able to recite it, back. Maybe they will at some point, but I'll do covers, popular covers, like
Sure,
Drift
sure.
Away or things where they sing to. Um, in fact, one song, it's speaking of Simon and Garfunkel, it's called The Boxer, hi la 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 la
Oh,
la la la. And everybody kind of stops what they're doing and they sing that every time. It's one of
that's
those
cool.
songs. So, yeah, that's when I know that they're into it, and I try to
Yeah.
you try to gauge the audience and react to what they're sharing with you, and,
Oh, yeah.
it's,
As an
it's
as an artist, I truly believe you can feel the vibe, read the audience, and you know what to give them. Definitely. And
yeah, and every venue's di the dive bar venue is a lot different than the wine bar, so
oh,
it's,
oh, big time! Remember those biker bars?
but in both cases, I say the more you drink, the better I sound, so,
There you go. Rose-colored glasses. I love it.
exactly.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to this one here. Now, I don't know if this happened to you. It's happened to me when I was acoustic player and playing, but it usually happens to my rock bands. Rocky, any embarrassing moments?
Oh, embarrassing moments.
Uh,
How much time do we have here?
we
No.
got lots, man.
When I've been playing, well, nothing compares to my middle school snare drum falling over,
Yeah,
but
that was
um, not not really. I mean, I haven't broken a string yet.
lucky.
Yeah, I don't think anything embarrassing yet per se. So, but never say never. Check back with me.
Right
I
when you
think I'm due.
E string's going to come and slap you. I hate that E string. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. Yeah,
yeah.
especially when you're tuning your guitar. Oh my goodness. Now, oh, speaking of guitars, I love that 12 string Taylor. It's nice
Oh,
to
yeah.
share.
Thank you.
That's beautiful
Yeah,
sounding guitar. I love that Taylor.
thank you.
How long have you had that?
Um, I've actually, so I have a 12 string Taylor and a 6 string Taylor. And I had the 12 string first, believe it or not. Um,
Mm,
and so it's, I guess technically it's a little more challenging to pick on a 12 string. It's more geared for strumming, but since that's all I had, I sort of a lot of my songs are picking melodies.
okay.
And
Now,
yeah.
no, go ahead.
Um, so, but I figured it was time to get a 6 string, so I got my 6 string a couple of years ago, and it's good to. I play the 6 string more so, but if there's a song that's more compatible with good strumming song, I'll have my
Right.
12 string, and it's nice to have both.
Yeah. You have more of a harmonization there. And when I write and play, it's a 6 string acoustic. I don't play with a pick. I do, I pluck with my fingers. How do you do it? Do you pluck and do you use a pick?
I use my fingers. I
So there you go.
I think I didn't know any better, and I just started doing that, and I fell into that, and I've every now and then over the past few years, I've been trying to pick up a pick, but my habits are so formed with just playing with my fingers, and then I read
Yeah.
somewhere that, they're like the guitarist for Dire Straits, and there's some great finger picking guitarists out
Oh,
there.
yes.
So Mark Knopfler, I think, is his name. So
Hmm.
if they can not have to use a pick, then I think there's hope for me to continue to use my fingers.
I agree. I only use a pick when I pick up an electric, and that's rare now. So yeah. But anyways, now we mentioned collaborations. You got anything coming up with anybody?
um, Not in the immediate future. Again, I am open. My next song comes out August. It's all been pretty much just myself.
Okay.
I haven't had a shortage of ideas. I mean, I don't know how long that'll last, but I'm constantly, again, thanks to technology and my phone, if I'll wake up at 3 in the morning and I'll have an idea, and I'll run to the bathroom and close the door and sing something into my phone so I don't forget it, a few hours later. So I've just got a stockpile of little snippets and fragments of song ideas,
Yeah.
and I love one of my favorite parts of putting a song together is coming up with my own 3-part harmonies, um,
Oh,
which is kind of been an enjoyable process. So, long-winded answer. I'm totally open to it, but I'm not seeking it out. And if the
okay.
opportunity to presents itself, I'd certainly love to explore that
It's gonna hit.
possibility. Yeah.
Stuff. Good, good. I've noticed you're getting quite a bit of press. You're doing some podcast and radio. That's great. Anything new coming up that you're going to be doing?
Um, let's see. Um, well, playing out a little bit. I have a festival in July. Let's see. I'm just trying to think what else. Typically, the reason I space out my songs is to do some, pre-marketing hype and some post-marketing sort of
There you go.
analysis. So my last song was called Heroes, that came out uh, maybe 3, 4 weeks ago.
Hmm.
And I'm sort of putting that in the rearview mirror, and maybe in a few weeks I'll start to drop little sneak peeks at my next upcoming song, and
Oh, great.
Just always have something to kind of throw out there. I I, just for me, what I try to do is, it sounds corny, but whatever I post, I try to let my music do the talking.
There you
As an artist, or as a fan of other artists out there, it's great to post. Oh, I got to spin on this radio station or this or that, and that's so cool. But I would love to see actual music.
Yeah,
um, and so that's what I try to do when I'm putting content out there.
great, my friend. Great. Unbelievable. Well, I want to talk about some songs of yours. Let's go there.
All right.
Okay. Let's do it. Well, you mentioned Heroes. New song, amazing song. Video is awesome. And I want to thank you for that, for everybody out there.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. I had that idea for a while, and it came years ago. I was watching a TV awards show, which I love. I love to watch.
Right.
In Hollywood, actors getting awards, and
Oh, yeah.
but it was contrasted around a similar time. There was some natural disaster. I don't recall if it was like the wildfires out here, and it was just such a stark contrast that the ones dealing with the fires, the unsung heroes, contrasted with those in Hollywood getting up and
Right.
basking in their accolades. So I wanted to make a tribute to the average Joes and the plain Janes and the unsung heroes who are doing everything they do to make our world better. And that was the inspiration for the song. And then the video, I thought, okay, heroes, superhero, think of Spider-Man, tall buildings. So
Hmm.
um, I went to San Francisco, and they have some publicly accessible rooftops,
Oh,
which I thought
nice.
it would be a cool venue or a cool shot for the video. So the only thing is, if you've ever been to San Francisco, parking's a bitch, and
Yeah.
um, so I had to park like several blocks away. I'm lugging my guitar and gear,
Oh.
across the cable car tracks, and people going by. But I got up there, and it was a beautiful blue sky morning, and I had the rooftop all to myself. So about 45 minutes, and I shot that video, and yeah, it was kind of fun.
That is cool. It is a great video. Great video. All right, let's jump to this one. And this one jumped to number one, the UK Hot 100. Better Man.
Thank you. Yeah, better. So that was my ballad. Over the years, I'd written songs about, like when I first started, about ex-girlfriends and about
Oh,
my
yeah.
kids. My kids. I even wrote a
Hmm.
song about my dog. I figured, I better write a good heartfelt song about my wife. Otherwise, I'm going to be sleeping with the dog. So, um, it it's it's funny that was about how when I got married, I stopped living for myself. I mean, I was living for others,
Right.
more than just myself. And um, I will say, typically, it may take me weeks or months to complete a song because I'm always going to try to edit it and go back
Right.
and
Make
revise
it
it.
better.
This was the only song I've ever written that I started and completed in one sitting, and
Oh,
it just
nice.
flowed, and I kept trying to edit the song Better Man, but I could not find anything to improve upon, and so after a
No.
while, I figured, you know what? I guess it is what it is. You
Mhm.
don't have to force it. So, and I was just really honored and grateful that it made the connection it did, not only with the UK, but also for the Josie Music Awards. It was
Mhm.
nominated. And, um, again, going back to, in all seriousness, hopefully others who are in a relationship, if they can find some similarities or a common thread with what I'm trying to express, we all come from different backgrounds or
Yeah,
different, whatever geography or this or that, but we can all share, we all want to love, we all want to be loved, and that's kind of a
that's
common
right.
thread that
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah,
kind of a special song.
it is. There's another special song that I listen to, and it hit home with me. And that's and uncomfortable truth about homeless people.
Thank you. Yeah. So every song has a story. Most of my songs are lighthearted, upbeat. This was a very important but serious song. We've all come across homeless people in one form or
Mhm.
another, and
Yeah,
I want to help them, but I can't help them all.
no,
Um, but it got me thinking that you come across someone, you have no idea what their history is. You have no
yeah,
idea what path they may
mm,
have traveled. If they have
mhm.
some health issue, or if they lost a job, or mental
That's right.
illness. And
You
so
know,
it was meant to just offer a little reminder for some humanity along the way.
it's humanity and hope. Unfortunately, years and years ago, I was swindled and I was put homeless for a couple of years.
Mm,
But hard work and determination got me back what I wanted. And it can be done. But living amongst that community, you do meet some great people that are down on their luck. Not all of them are
yeah.
crazy, this or that, or on drugs or doing that. They're just people that are having a hard time.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
thank you for sharing that. And it's unfortunately, I think, human nature causes us to kind of stereotype unfairly sometimes. And as you just said, I mean, a lot of these people, they're good people. They're just down on the
they are.
luck for whatever reason. And so,
They are.
oh yeah,
Beautiful. Thank
yeah.
you for what you do, Rocky. Thank you so much. You're a blessing to the
Oh,
community. Yes, you are, brother. I've had a
oh,
wonderful time chatting with you today, my friend.
thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your questions and for the time watching you. And I will vote for you next year at the ISSA since you asked me to.
I appreciate that. Tell me, well, let's do this. There's another song that I like, and I think I'm going to put it in the background so we can exit out on this song. How's that sound?
Wow, appreciate it.
Let's do
Which
this.
song is this?
Listen.
Oh, Eagle.
Eagle is what the song is called. Everybody, out podcast land, go to Rocky Michaels. Where can they go again, Rocky?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So go visit Rocky Michaels on all the platforms. Check out where he's at around California, San Francisco area, wherever he is at. If he goes on tour, you must get to the shows. He is amazing, like I said, singer songwriter, as you hear in the background. Love his music. Rocky, thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on the show. I want you back 6 months to a year. I want to know what you're up to, brother. All right.
You got it, Big Al. Appreciate it.
All right. You have a good one. I'm going to send this off to the platforms and you the link, my friend. All right. You have a good day.
Too.
All right, everybody. We're out of here. Take care. See you, Rocky.
You too.
Bye.